Hey, it's Mr. Teri, and it's a Transgender Day of Visibility today. I wanted to highlight an incredible person who's been doing amazing things in this community, advocating for inclusion. His name is Birkley Valks, and he is running for school board in Castlegar and district in the upcoming by-election. Birkley is a husband, father of three, musician, painter, and a well-known drag performer in Castlegar. Yeah, thanks for coming and talking with me today. So, you're from Nelson, right?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Nelson, but I'm living in Castlegar, which is why I'm running in Castlegar.
So, what's life like up there for you? What do you do for fun?
Cooney's is beautiful. Being born and raised here, it is home. I've lived a lot of different places, but can't help but move back. My day of fun, honestly, is hanging out with my kids. And when I'm not doing that, when they finally gotten down for bed, then I'm out volunteering. I play in a local community band, lead alto saxophone. I try to just stay active, keep being around people and being social.
Well, I've actually played saxophone when I was in high school for 1 year.
1 year, I
Yeah,
I,
one
I
year.
took the band nerd. I took band nerd quite far. I took it all the way through to 2 years in college as well.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it was. I love it. I can't imagine my life without my instrument. So I'm happy to do it.
that's awesome. So you grew up there. What was your experience being LGBTQ as a kid growing up there?
Honestly, I didn't even know that queer existed when I was growing up. Being from a small town like this, um, it's quite normal for the most part when I was growing up. There was nothing out of the ordinary, at least not with any of my parents' friends or any of my friends. I always knew something was different about me, a whole version of the tomboy, and it does fit my narrative. But I figured out as soon as I graduated and moved off to college when I was 17. I moved down to Vancouver and I met some amazing folks. And one of them eventually came out to me, and I thought, well, that's interesting. I heard about that on Ellen and saw that on the Rosie O'Donnell show, but it really is real. Okay, cool. And as time went on and I spent more time around all these people, I felt more and more at home, and things started kind of developing for me as to where my happy place was and where I belonged. So it took me a really long time, which is actually one of the reasons why I believe in Soji as a program. Because I think if I had have had that program when I was growing up as a kid, I would have, who knows what would have happened, but I guarantee I would have come out a lot sooner and been happier instead of on myself. So I'm good now, and I'm glad I went through what I went through, but I think it could have been better.
Yeah, I feel that. um, so how's your relationship with your parents? If that's that's a bit of a testy question, I know, but
It,
uh,
yeah,
did they accept you as you kind of went through your journey?
my dad, not so much. It took him quite a while to wrap his head around me being a lesbian. So I came out as a lesbian when I was 19. It took him quite a long time to wrap his head around that. Um, my I've got a younger sister. She was pretty good about it. My mom, her first response when I told her on the phone was, she was asking about birth control pills, and I said, I don't need those anymore, Mom. But I thought you were dating somebody. Yes, but I don't need them anymore. She goes, I don't understand. And I said, well, Mom, are you sitting down? She goes, yes. I said, I'm dating a girl. And you just hear dead silence on the other end of the phone. And first thing out of her mouth was, do you want me to tell your father? No, I'm good. No, that's cool. It'll come out eventually. But the rest of my family, like now it's been 20 years. Everybody is amazing. My dad's still a little awkward around the issue, but I know he cares. He's just an old British man and doesn't really know how to emote or wrap his head around new ideas. So patience is key, but the love is there from everybody in my circle. So I'm grateful.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a very similar story. People have their own journeys, and you do too, right? So it's
Yeah,
nice that you've gotten there with them, and you're still close
yeah,
to a degree.
absolutely. I'm really fortunate. Thank God. I'm I thank them every day for being in my life. And my mom is one of those people that'll show up at one of the rallies or a protest, or she'll sit behind me for drag story time, or she'll be the first one in front of the line for the drag show, or she's just been absolutely incredible. So I'm
Oh,
very, very lucky.
that's awesome. So you have your own kids, right? You've got three. What's
Yeah.
what's your biggest joy about being a father?
Um,
I know
it's
that's
been a
hard.
long it's been a long process. I started out as a step parent. So he's gonna be 19 in July, and I've been in his life for the last 10 years. So that that was a lot of fun, quite challenging showing up at that time in his life, but he's a rad dude, and we've got an excellent friendship. And now I'm dealing with the little ones, 3.5 and 1.5. And I'll be honest, I miss sleep. It can be quite challenging. Um, but my middle child, he's got autism, and we were concerned he wasn't going to talk for quite some time. And now words are just popping out of him left, right, and center. And watching him explore the world and hearing this language come out, and listening to his little voice singing first thing in the morning when he wakes up, climbs
Oh,
out of the crib, and turns on his light to read a book. Everything is new. Um, and there's something so, so special about how much they want to take in. They're willing to do anything and learn anything. And I love that their little minds are sponges. I look forward to seeing them grow through time. It's, yeah, best thing ever.
no, that's such a good time when they're just learning so much and
Hmm.
exploring their world. And to
Yeah,
learn, see through their eyes, it's so awesome.
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's necessary too, right? Especially with my middle kid. If you don't take the time to do that, he's gonna get lost in the mix. So it's been a really big eye opener for patience and getting down to their level and seeing things the way they do, or how genuinely excited they get over this. We all took the time to do that every once in a while. I think things would be a hell of a lot better around here.
Totally. Oh, that's so cute. So you are a drag king.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, I do two different forms of drag. The drag king is 19 plus, nightclubs, bars, drag shows like competitions. It's a blast. And then I drag story time readings for kids with an entirely different name. And I usually try to dress a little like a teacher with the glasses and a tie and, you know, belt, look very nice, neat, and tidy with all the colors that I can possibly. So I love it. And I will keep doing that for as long as somebody will have me on stage.
Ah, that's so it's so cool to see a diverse drag performer who went through a journey of their gender identity while still performing their drag and how that evolves along with them. So it's cool
Yeah.
to see your journey through that in drag and your performance and how it shifts over time.
Say I feel like sometimes that trans man was locked in there in that persona. And now as I've grown up and found myself, now my drag persona is starting to shift again because now I've almost fulfilled that need in me to be that certain person. So it's a lot of fun. I've got way more to do. I can't wait.
Well, I love what RuPaul says is everyone's just born naked and the rest is just drag. So what does your family think about your drag?
Um, my mom drove for 8 hours to after work to come and see my first ever drag show
Aw.
in Vancouver from Nelson. So my mom's a huge supporter. My dad, hard no for him. And my sister, she's an at-home, stay-at-home, homebody kind of person. Doesn't really like humans so much, so I could never see her doing that. They have no problem with it. They're like, cool, you do you. I'm gonna be in bed by 7, so yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
Good on you.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
The rest are all cool.
So after all of this, what motivated you to run for school board trustee?
Honestly, what I've seen over the course of the last 5 years in the state has terrified me. I've watched this trickle down effect that's hit us slowly but surely, and I want to make sure that the kids are safe, that everybody gets to learn about everything that they need in order for them to go out and make their own decisions in the world. This desire to shut off ideas before they even start isn't what education should be about. open conversation about some of the uncomfortable stuff is how we learn. And I think teachers are putting their hearts into this, and I want to be there to support the teachers, to support the kids, and to support all those families that may have a hard time navigating some of this stuff. I'm an easy person to talk to, and I'd be more than happy to listen. I just want to help. So I figured this was a way that I could do that. It would make some impact in my community. It would make an impact for my kids so that when they show up in school and they're ready to go, I know that they are safe. It stemmed from a lot of things, but I'm certainly happy with the direction that it's going. And I'm really, really stoked that there was a by-election that I could make this happen sooner than 2020.
Oh, it sounds like a really great opportunity for you to make a difference in your community and help kids stay safe. Like you said, like that's so important in schools. That's how kids learn. They're open-minded when they're safe. I mean, you and I know
absolutely.
Anybody being queer kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how would your experience as a transgender person inform your vision? Like for me, I know that when I look at policies as they come across the table, I think, well, how this would affect me in a certain way because of my identity. So my experiences, my lens to that, and I'm able to provide my voice. Do you think that you could provide different experiences to the table?
I think that anybody who's lived a life like we have, where we've had to deal with people throughout our daily life that don't necessarily agree with us, people that look down at us, people that have their bias based on their baggage and their past. I have a different viewpoint, and I think at this point in the game, considering our current social climate, people need to hear more from the actual people that have experienced the issues rather than just hearing from allies. While I love and appreciate and respect all of them for doing this, visibility does matter. And me sitting, and yourself, which awesome, sitting in a position like that, it shows those little queer kids that, you know what, you don't have to hide. It's okay. You will find your path, whatever makes you happy, you go and get it. And you're not going to be bullied. There's a whole group of people here that will stand by you and stand up for you if you need it. So it means a lot to me.
Yeah, so well put. So do you kind of have an idea of what things you want to prioritize once you become a trustee?
My big thing, my main topic, obviously SOGI is important to me, but because it's a Ministry of Education thing, I am simply here to help support everybody in making that happen. And of course I support it. My big thing is actually mental safety in schools. It has to do with how much support are kids getting? What does counseling look like? What is it like to be disabled or neurodivergent in a classroom? Is there enough support? Do the EAs have enough support to do their job? Do they need sensory rooms? What kind of learning do these kids work off of? Everybody operates so differently that there is needed. They do need more support. And unfortunately, classrooms are full of kids. There's generally not enough money to go around anywhere. But I would like to make sure that we're putting a focus on something like that, because there's a lot of kids suffering from depression. They're being bullied. They're having problems at home. They need a safe place to come, and qualified, educated, kind people, compassionate people that can help them in this. Our kids spend such a huge amount of their life growing up that's not a safe place. Just gives me shivers.
Yeah. And it's such a great thing for you to focus on, because we just actually at the school board was given an update on the McCreary survey, which was done province-wide, and the numbers just keep getting worse for what's going on with kids. But what's great is they're willing and open to share and tell us what's going on, and we need to be there to listen and respond to them, because it's vital. They're here, they're telling us, hey, we need help, and it's so great that there's someone who's coming forward to say, I'm listening. That's so important. So just really warms my heart to hear you say that, honestly.
I went through some stuff as a kid, personal stuff, body issues. And I had a teacher who put a lot of time and energy into making me feel safe. And I did. I was excited to show up and know that I was in that class, and I had somebody that had my back. And if I had a hard day at home, or if I had a rough weekend or something came up, she just let me sit and cry with her. And it made me feel so much safer. And in turn, I did really well in school. Like I was a straight A student, principal's honor roll, top service award, you name it. But that was because I had great teachers who always made me feel safe in a classroom, that I could always go to if I ever needed anything. And to this day, I'm still in touch with some of them. So it's really, really cool. And I hope that my kids get that same kind of relationship with these teachers. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about the teachers in my district. And I really hope I get a chance to work closely with them moving forward.
That's so great. Yeah, that keeps bringing me fond memories from my childhood when teachers were there for me, made me feel included and seen, and given me chances to find my passion like that. I owe so much to those people, and yeah, it's nice that you're still connected. It's kind of the nice thing about growing up and staying where you live.
Yeah, absolutely. I run into them and have a drink at a restaurant, or I took one out for lunch last summer when I first moved back because I wanted to reconnect and say thank you for all that she did for me. So it's a really neat feeling. Yeah.
So you got a little over 20 days. That's April 20th is the election day. What's your feeling? How's it going? What do you need left? What do you have left to do?
As of right now, we're working on getting some materials to print it up so we can start handing those out. We're looking for volunteers that are interested in doing some door knocking is our big thing, seeing if we want anybody who is willing to pick people up and drive them to the polling place. Because we know it's not always easy in a small town to catch buses, or if you're a senior or you have disability or you've got kids, there's a million and one different reasons. So we want to try and make sure that as many people get out and vote. And as of Monday, the door knocking will commence. And so far, I've got a great team of people helping to make this happen. It's extremely overwhelming for somebody who never thought that I would be in this situation. I've always kind of had a knack for being around people. I really enjoy being around people. I like hearing what they have to say. So it seems fitting now that I think about it more, but it's a new experience and I'm taking it one step at a time.
Oh, it's so good that you're doing this, because representation, like you're saying, showing kids that there's something that's there for them. They don't have to hold themselves back. They can dream to be anything. I look forward to interviewing you again when you've been elected and seeing how things are going for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I've enjoyed our conversation. Let's do it again for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Birkley. Good luck. Good luck with the election.
Thank you.
We're all rooting for you.
Thank you very much.